Hello there, Ray here, and today I would like to show you guys my simple fish farm design that I came up with, which allows you to acquire all the different types of fish that are for the 1.13, so that's the cod, the salmon, the pufferfish, as well as the clownfish. My last fish farm did not try to kill the fish very quickly because at that time the fish would spawn in unlimited amounts. Now they have changes so that now fish are part of the water mob cap and they respect it, and this way they follow the new mob cap, which is set to 16. I know I said 8 before, and this was because I took an old snapshot world and upgraded it and the values were still with the old version, but if you open up a new snapshot version now it's set to 16. Also, dolphins follow the water mob rule, so dolphins will only be able to spawn if there is room for them to spawn, but they still do not hold up the mob cap. This just means that if there is 16 or more fish in your loaded area, the game will not attempt to spawn in any more, but if there is any amount of dolphins that are loaded, the game will still be able to spawn in more fish as well as dolphins. Now in my new farm here, I have a large body of water where the fish will spawn in, and the fish need 3 meters worth of water to be able to spawn, vertically wise, and they will spawn in the center one. And then what I got for the floor is a bunch of magma blocks, and this will allow it to produce these downward pulling bubble columns, which I like to call whirlpools. Now the way that bubble columns occur is that they need to have some normal water beside them to create a whirlpool on one block. For this reason, it ends up being like a checker pattern, being whirlpool, then a normal set of water, and so on. And because of this, the fish is only able to get pulled down in some areas, and some other areas he is not able to get pulled down immediately. And for that reason, I have it so that the AFK player is sitting up there, and this way he's allowing this entire farm to be within range so that the mobs are able to spawn down here, but they're also able to move about. The fish will either be pulled down immediately or be able to swim over a little bit until they are pulled down by the currents, and then they will sit at the bottom of the magma blocks here and take damage until they die, and then they will drop their loot, such as like the rod cod. Now, this also means that some of the items will be inside the whirlpools and get pulled downwards to the floor, where other items will be inside of the normal water pillars and they'll be able to float to the top. And that's where we have this weird water current up here, and this pretty much allows it so that any item that comes to the top that is on a normal water source, such as like here, it would be put into this current, which would push it over to the side, and then it gets pulled back down by the whirlpool. And for this reason, we are able to collect all the items that come to the top by sending them back down to the bottom. And once on the bottom, we have some hopper minecarts, which are traveling underneath and picking up all the items and disposing them into these chests on either side. Now if we go up here to the top, we will be more than 24 meters away from the spawning spaces, allowing the mobs to spawn down there. But this entire farm is also within 32 meters of the player. This allows the mobs to be able to move about and eventually get pulled down into the magma. Although this farm is designed to be able to fish up all different types of the fish drops, it's best used to be able to farm the loot that comes off of the dolphins, since when they spawn in, they don't hold up the mob cap and you can get more of them to spawn in as well as more fish. So after doing a 10-minute test with the farm, it looks like the farm will produce about this much, and overall this will produce about 7k items per hour, which is pretty decent considering how simple and small this farm is. So by building this farm up in different biomes, you can have different types of fish spawn into it. Now, if you want cod, you can build this in an ocean biome, or a lukewarm, or a cold biome. If you want to have dolphins to spawn, they will spawn in pretty much all biomes except for the frozen, and as well as like the rivers. They also don't spawn in deep ocean variant if they are up high Y level wise. So if you want to get just cod, you can avoid dolphins by putting it there. If you want salmon, you can place this in frozen ocean or in a river biome, and that way you don't get any dolphins. You can get pufferfish as well as tropical fish, which are the clownfish, from the warm as well as lukewarm biomes, although you still will get dolphins to spawn there. A compact fish farm that allows you to get all 4 of the different types of fish loots. Now, I will be continue working on this farm, so if you guys have any suggestions, tell me down in the comments. If you guys found this interesting, show me the like and share this with others, and if you'd like to see more type of 1.13 farms, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell button. Bye-bye!